Okay, so let's talk Art Arfons and Green Monster. If you're a land speed guy, you know that Art set the record 3 times in the mid-1960s when he was battling back and forth with Craig Breedlove. All of these records were cool. Heck, everything Art Arfons did was cool. But which one was the coolest? Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you. You don't want to miss this one, guys, because I've got the tapes. Before we get going, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Here's Bella.
Pull the string! Pull the string!
Okay, let's roll. Alright, so here we have Art Arfons' 3 land speed records. October 5th, 1964, 434 miles per hour. 3 weeks later, October 27th, 536.71. And then the next year, November 7th, 1965, 576 miles per hour. Every one of these records was cool. I mean, Art blew out a tire, his right rear tire, on every one of these records. So all 3 ended in a near crash. That's pretty cool. But which one was the coolest? It was the last one. November 7th, 1965, 576.553 miles per hour. Okay, so here's the setup. The Green Monster's J79 jet engine, a Foded engine that Art and his crew refurbished, generated a whole lot of torque, a twist, that put a lot of downward pressure on the right rear of the car when Art really opened it up. And the Firestone tire back there, any tire, it couldn't take it. It blew. On all 3 of Art's record runs, that right rear tire blew out. They put out stories that Art ran over a bolt on the salt, that's what caused the tire to blow, but that was just a smokescreen. The problem was the torque that the Monster's J79 put out. Firestone knew it, and Art knew it. So when Art went back out to Bonneville in early November 1965 to reclaim the record from Craig Breedlove, he knows that there's a very good chance his right rear tire is going to blow out again, that his beloved Green Monster will in effect try to kill him. I mean, just imagine that. It's scary enough thinking about trying to break the land speed record. Now, factor in the almost certain knowledge that one of your tires is going to blow out like a grenade at the same time. That Art went ahead and got in that car and broke the record and survived that near certain blowout that he knew was probably coming, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. And here's the next thing. Art did it just like that. Monday, November 7th, 1965 was Art's first day on the salt. He's already had 2 blowouts, 2 close calls, so Firestone is nervous. They make Art promise to go slow, to take practice runs, to build up his speed gradually, and then try for the record later in the week. So what does Art do? Zoom, zoom! 2 runs, and he's got the record. 576, and he's back at his motel in Wendover in time for lunch. That's cool. Okay, I promised tapes. Here come the tapes. These are on-the-spot recordings that were made by writer Jack Olson for a 2-part article he did for Sports Illustrated on Art and Walt Arfons. First up, here's a clip from out on the salt just before Art starts his record run. It's 11:20 in the morning. And no, this isn't the secret tape. That's coming up in a bit.
Let that more, Mac. Okay. Where'd you go like that? Ed? Huh? Where's the charges at? They're in. you gotta do some things good, I'll have this hooked up.
San Francisco. Planes circling overhead, waiting for the run to start.
It's more earthy.
Yeah.
Well, 11:23.
What's the right time? I think you're fast.
11:22.
Yeah.
2 miles, 2 mile out. Starting at 7 here.
Towards you're shaking up that Herm pretty good.
But for you, as if I was working for you.
Next up, this is right after Art's return run. He's just broken the record and nearly got killed after his tire blew out. Blowout number 3. Check this out.
Something went through the engine, Mark?
Yeah.
Just tire for me.
Pull that shoe up and hang over to the tire.
From
the car, please.
Everybody that isn't crew, let's get back over by the cars. Come on. Everybody except crew.
Get him over
Come
on
on.
the side.
Indicated 590.
Please, gentlemen, just the crew. Everyone else on the east side of the line.
Were you down here when he came in, when he first came in?
I was first on to him. I got to him before he got out of the car. Oh, boy, he was mad. He got the record, though, didn't he?
I don't know.
I think he hit 630.
No, he said 590 on the
Come on, everybody
history.
get back. Away from the car. There's no race station. I'll be up this close. Just the crew members. Come on.
That bit about Art being so mad when he got out of the car. Monster had run over a survey stake when it went careening off course after the blowout, and Art thought something had been sucked through the engine, that he'd wrecked his engine. So that's why he was pissed. He was swearing a blue streak when he climbed out of the cockpit and the first people were showing up. But thankfully, the engine's okay. Okay, now it's an hour or so later, around 1:30 in the afternoon, and Art and the guys are back in Wendover, in Art's motel room, and Jack Olson has his tape recorder on. This is the secret tape. Art and the guys don't know they're being recorded. In this first clip, Art is describing the experience of a nearly 600-mile-per-hour blowout, and Ed Snyder is on the phone in the background talking to Art's wife, June, trying to reassure her that Art's okay, that everything's fine.
Shook. Okay, we started a mile and 3/4 from the clouds.
No,
Went into minimum burner.
it's about like it was before. Well, it's not quite as bad.
And we left power clear through the clouds.
Well, Christ, we just got in here. We had to take care of that car.
And as I come out of the clouds,
Well, I don't know. He's not here.
lost it right
But
in
he's
the car.
probably cussing. Yeah? Good.
You left the...
Thanks, mile.
What do you think
Well,
of
he
this
made
right
two
where the
runs.
tire go? Torque?
That's
The car has
all.
no
Took it
suspension.
right off the trailer and went.
So that wheel has to carry every bit of the torque
270
we've
or
got on this engine. And this engine
577.
does have torque regardless of what they
Average.
say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just an overload condition.
How
It's
far
built
out
right
were
in
Hey,
the
his average 577,
576,
576.
How far were you out of the clock?
Yeah.
5 feet.
When the tire blew?
That's
about right.
Yeah, well, I don't
It looked like
know.
it was just
I'll
right.
I'll write him down so I'll know.
We were watching, so...
Well, absolutely.
The flame I saw, yeah.
Well,
That was just a tire blowing?
It's just
well,
like a
from what we
bomb.
hear, no.
What did it sound like?
Bomb.
Oh, yeah, we got 2 cars up there running down.
On the
We're
inside.
going to stay open.
Well, I've got so damn much noise in there anyway. It just, I felt it more and heard it. It's just, big concussion.
Yeah.
And you opened the canopy at 300 yourself?
Yeah.
But now what happened
Well, the
next? After the car...
then the car dropped on the right
Where'd
corner
we
and
go?
started rubbing the tire, and the cockpit
Well,
instantly
that's
filled
not
with so
good.
much smoke I couldn't see the
We
course.
got smoke got in the cockpit.
And I started getting off course, so I bumped open the
And so he bumped
canopy.
open the canopy,
And
and
as soon as
let
it cleared,
that
I
smoke
seen this
out,
damn
and,
stake, and I couldn't
then he
move. I
could see
hit it
where
right
it was going.
smack on there.
As soon as you throw open the canopy, the
The wind
keeps
just
it-
sucked the smoke right
No,
out, and
he
I could
doesn't.
see
the
it.
canopy open.
Well, I just
Yeah.
slammed it up and back
Broke
about
it,
4
didn't
times
Yeah.
and beat it all to pieces.
Did it come back?
runs.
And...
Yeah, it
Then
comes
we only
smashing
started
down.
at a mile and a half.
Jesus Christ. What did that sound like?
Well,
That's
my
right,
door
go
slammed
shut
again. But
No.
I almost lost it. You know when that,
Here, he
that
told
boy said that he was
one
going to put the grater on it and take
Hey,
that loose
Travis?
off? If he hadn't have done that, I'd have lost it. I got in that loose stuff, and she just about got too far to correct. And I got it back.
If we can get out of here early in the morning, I can drive one of the rigs back.
What are you going to
As
do
long as
now?
I get back
Go home and
Wednesday.
fix my car.
Because I got to go to work.
You're
Thursday.
gonna fire,
Home to Akron, you mean?
Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm in
What,
trouble.
I thought you were going to stay here and run the bus all week.
No,
Though.
I ain't
Close
gonna-
bus.
I ain't going to be a dirty bastard like him.
Yeah, that's a good quote. Huh?
Yeah, dirty basket, he said, didn't he?
Did you catch what Jack Olson just said when Ed said he had to get home to Akron and go back to work or he's going to get in trouble? Jack says, I thought you were going to stay out here and run the bus all week. And Art jumps in, I'm not going to be a dirty bastard without him. See, Breedlove and the Goodyear crew had just finished up their week on the Salt. They'd used up their time with a 12-hour endurance run, running a Shelby Cobra on an oval course that cut over the land speed course and left it all rutted up and in bad shape. So when Art and the Firestone guys show up and they see the course all rutted up, they're pissed. Some of them were even saying that Breedlove and Goodyear did it on purpose. Art said that after he got the record back, he was going to run his old bus up and down the course and really mess it up for Breedlove and Goodyear. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, but they were.
But,
What
Well,
happened to
another
your
tire.
shoes now? You popped them?
right,
The
right,
concussion blew the whole bag out, cut the chute off and everything.
That's the first one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I fired reserve about
Like
2.5
before.
miles down the course.
And it, you almost lost it.
No, he was,
No.
That beats
Actually
that
not
it
very
was
happy.
sprayed or something.
Well, it shredded up because of parts of off the car blowing to it, but it held good.
Right, so you're gonna let Breedlove have the track right away, huh?
Summers runs with me,
Oh, the engine tire coming.
and Bob Herda, and Summers is, we're not gonna give it up until they're done running.
There's also.
Summers will be in tomorrow.
He's worked like a
Tomorrow,
gun to get that car ready.
aerodynamic.
He deserves a clear track
He
for
sure
it.
does, yeah.
You never had a chance to get scared again, did you?
Like I say,
I
just don't
would
have
get
all the
scared.
figures.
Well, one time you
That
said
was
something
not an
about
hour.
you're scared later.
No,
Thinking about what you did.
No, I didn't even write that. I
Just
get
got
a
it.
little worried before, but I don't get scared really.
In this next bit coming up, Jack Olson says he can't get it out of that car. It's too heavy. He's talking about Craig Breedlove here, making some disparaging comments. He says that Breedlove makes a Ben-Hur out of it, a big Hollywood production, and then along comes Art, and zip, zip, he gets the record back in a couple of hours. I especially love Ed Snyder in this. He says, well, we come out here for business, not to play. Listen to this.
He can't get it out of that car. It's too heavy. Archer's got the same power and a lighter car, so.
Sure takes him a hell of a lot longer to run that.
Afterwards.
Well, we were talking to
Hit a
him on the
metal
way, and
stake.
he makes a Ben-Hur out of it.
If anything
Well, you
went
get out
through
there and
the
zip and it's over.
Engine.
Well, we come out here for business, not to play.
Yeah. He makes
Just
a,
don't
he
know.
ma- he's a
Just
typical
don't know
Los
how much
Angeles
there
production.
There is, or if
Breedlove
there's
runs,
any
you
at
know?
all.
That car's only made 11 runs in its
Oh.
lifetime.
What,
How many times?
100 feet or something.
11 runs,
No,
Clyde.
these metal
11
stakes,
runs?
That's
what
it.
come on.
And it takes, for three, that'd be 6 runs, so only 5 of them work for the record.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
it does.
And it was just testing it
I
out.
made a test run this time.
Yeah, well, you were, everybody said you were going to, but those of us who know you knew you weren't going
But,
to.
Now, in this last bit, the phone gets passed to Art to talk to someone named Jim. I don't know who this is, probably a Firestone executive back in Akron. Check out what Art says about Breedlove. This is neat.
all right. Good job.
Hi, Jim. Thank you. Well, the main thing, we got him shut down for a while. It looks like, got the inside dope. His car is so near flying, I don't think they can do it. Yeah. Well, we figured it on the run in. We got him pretty close.
No applause, please.
We'll bring her home. I don't know whether they will or not. They said they was. Just confuse us here. I don't think they will. I'll see you when we get home then.
Art was wrong. 8 days later, on November 15th, 1965, Craig Breedlove came back to reclaim the record with a fantastic 2A average of 600.601 miles per hour. So that was Art Arfons' third land speed record, his coolest record. What do you think? Did I call it right? Let me know in the comments. This has been Land Speed Legends. I'll see you next time.